In case you had forgot about this, or you were never aware of this, 4 years ago, a man named Jean-Luc Brunel was found dead in his Paris prison cell. And you're not going to believe how he died. He was found hanged in his cell. So let me get this straight. A man with the kind of ties that Jean-Luc Brunel had with Jeffrey Epstein, both of these guys basically met the same fate. Is that right? The 76-year-old had been held for over a year as he was investigated on suspicion of the rape of minors and trafficking of minors for sexual exploitation. Brunel had denied any wrongdoing, but I want to show you a particular file. This particular file was found with a bunch of other files with this coded messaging. And I've done a video on this as well with other files that were in with this particular page. And what appears to be a young victim of Jeffrey Epstein and Ghislaine Maxwell, who refers to herself being used as an incubator, basically for Jeffrey Epstein. And when you decode this, here's what it said. Jean-Luc Brunel is a disgusting pig with bad breath, and I am almost positive does these disgusting things because he is struggling with maybe being gay. 6 weeks wasn't even given before being sent back. Punishment for trying to run. Why can no one help me? Ghislaine is gone. I am so lost and my heart is broken. Is this my destiny? Brunel co-founded French modeling agency Karen Models in 1977 and MC2 model management in the US with funding from Epstein. Back then, Brunel's arrest was part of a French inquiry into sex trafficking and sexual assault allegations against Epstein, focusing on potential crimes committed against French victims and suspects who are French citizens. In July of 2014, MC2 Models Miami LLC, of which the beneficiary was Jean-Luc Diddler Henry Rene Brunel, petitioned for a non-immigrant worker status based on extraordinary ability as an art director and talent coordinator with the Department of Homeland Security. Now, I advise you to go back and pause and read the information I'm going to be showing you here, but at the bottom it says, our agency, MC2, has developed a highly distinguished reputation in the modeling industry. We specialize in representing numerous models of international acclaim, having discovered faces such as Christy Turlington and molded the careers of celebrities such as Sharon Stone, Estelle Warren, Mila Jovovich, Jerry Hall, and Rebecca Romaine. Many of our fashion models have graced the pages of leading fashion magazines of the United States, Europe, Latin America, Africa, and Australia, such as Vogue, Teen Vogue, Elle, W, Glamour, V, Marie Claire, Surface, and Cosmopolitan, as well as many more throughout the world. In addition to our Miami Beach office, MC2 Models has offices in New York City and Tel Aviv, Israel. So in order for Jean-Luc Brunel to have been considered eligible as an alien of extraordinary ability in the arts, he would have had to have met the evidence of distinction, which basically just means a high level of achievement in the field of arts, as evidenced by a degree of skill and recognition substantially above that ordinarily encountered, to the extent that a person described as prominent is renowned, leading, or well-known in the field of arts. Now, also, the evidence that the alien has been nominated for or has been the recipient of significant national or international awards or prizes in the particular field, such as the Academy Award, an Emmy, a Grammy, or a Directors Guild Award, or at least 3 of the following forms of documentation. Please pause and read. I know it's a lot. Now, this is some of the information that was given so to present that Jean-Luc Brunel qualified for the first prong. That being evidence that the alien has performed and will perform services as a lead or starring participant in productions or events which have distinguished reputation, as evidenced by critical reviews, advertisements, publicity releases, publication contracts, or endorsements. That is what the first prong is. Now, in this petition, the second prong that Jean-Luc Brunel was trying to meet was with regards to published materials by or about the individual himself in major newspapers, trade journals, magazines, or other publications. Throughout his 25-year career in the fashion business, Mr. Brunel has developed worldwide exclusive modeling and cosmetic campaigns. Some of these major cosmetic campaigns include Biotherm with supermodel Elle Macpherson, Fast with Rebecca Romaine, and you can read the rest. And I want to show you this down here. Christy Turlington, who was discovered by Mr. Brunel, has personified unaffected beauty representing Calvin Klein's fragrances since 1987. Turlington, as well as another model represented by Mr. Brunel, Naomi Campbell, became one of the few supermodels who managed to make an easy transition from the hot glamour of the 1980s to the relaxed simplicity of the following decade. The third prong, which you can read below, that requires evidence that the alien, Jean-Luc Brunel, has receipts, motion picture or television ratings, titles, standings in the field, box office receipts. You can read that. But what does it say below there? One of the main reasons that Mr. Brunel has been able to not only survive, but also be extremely successful in the ever-changing world of fashion is his ability to identify and recruit star-quality talent. As a result of his ability to scout major talents, Mr. Brunel was invited to become a member in one of the fashion industry's most elite and important associations, the International Model Talent Association. IMTA. Some of these discoveries include world-renowned actors such as Elijah Woods, Ashton Kutcher, Katie Holmes, Eva Longoria, Jessica Biel, and Sean William Scott. And isn't it amazing when it came to the names in the Jeffrey Epstein files, the highlighted, which contains salacious information, which we saw about a month or two ago, Donald Trump, Prince Andrew, Jess Staley, which I'm going to do a video on him later, Leon Black as well, Glenn Dubin, Harvey Weinstein. But look down here. Jean-Luc Brunel, Naomi Campbell, Chris Tucker. Speaking of Chris Tucker would love to stop by. He was thrilled to hear from you, Jeffrey Epstein. I am texting him your address and house number. Chris is staying at the Hyatt, and he says his show is like 7 or 8 p.m. He wasn't really sure. So there's all of his information right there for you, Jeffrey Epstein. Oh, and Chris Tucker will be stopping by to see Jeffrey Epstein sometime before his show tonight. Exact time wasn't given, but he's here with his son right now. Thanks. The connections just keep getting deeper. Here's Brett Ratner pictured cuddling women in the Epstein files. What other movie was Brett Ratner involved with? Brett Ratner also directed the Rush Hour films. Correct me if I'm wrong, that starred Chris Tucker. Wow. Chris Tucker would love to see Jeffrey Epstein. Oh, he's here with his son. Brett Ratner would love to hang out with him with young girls. And when the images were taken, that remains unclear, though they appear to have been taken in the same location as photos of Ratner and Epstein alongside the late French modeling agent Jean-Luc Brunel that was released in December. Just fascinating, isn't it? And the crazy thing is about Chris Tucker, don't worry, because the next Rush Hour sequel from Brett Ratner is being distributed by Paramount. Now, this was in November. I don't know with the release of these files what's going to happen now, but there he is, still just doing his thing. Chris Tucker, right? They're all just doing their thing. Nothing to see here. He just wanted to see Jeffrey Epstein. He would love to see him.